Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you follow the channel, you know that I've got a fantastic sponsor, Real Truck, who sends me parts to compare, give my honest opinions on them, and try to give you guys some advice on where you should spend your hard-earned money. So getting my hands on them, feeling them, using them, hopefully that helps make you guys have a more informed decision. So the reason why I kind of mentioned that is Real Truck, for the first video they ever sponsored for me almost 3 years ago, was for these Westin HDX wheel-to-wheel running boards. So they've been on my truck for almost 3 years now, and as you can see, they're starting to show a little bit of rust. They have a 3-year warranty, so they are within their warranty period, and you can tell where the fail point was is where those holes get drilled. That's kind of where the rust starts, and then it starts spreading even underneath the powder coating. So to Westin's credit, since I was within the 3-year warranty, they will gladly, send me those new plates, and I can just unscrew them, put new ones on, and this truck will look, almost brand new. But because I actually had a little bit of like surface rust starting to form on the outside here, they, after sending them some pictures, sent me a whole brand new set, so I could easily unbolt what I have now, throw those on, and I'd be good to go. So again, not knocking them for that. I do live in Minnesota. I abuse these things in the winter. They on my boots and scraping the snow off my boots right into all the little nooks and crannies of those things. So if you don't live up here in the cold, salty roads of Minnesota, you might not have that issue anyway. So I've been really happy with them. I'd still recommend them, but something to keep in mind, they do have a stainless steel variant for the plates, and those come with a 5-year warranty. So hindsight, maybe I would go with that. But yeah, the powder coating, especially where those drilled those holes, didn't seem to hold up here. But anyway, when I was purchasing this truck, getting this first video, the type of running board I was interested in was something that really tried to keep the truck looking like it's got some ground clearance. I didn't want a side step that was always down. I didn't want a Nerf bar kind of thing. So the drop step is nice because you can, it gets the, these steps down where they need to be, but still kind of gives you that look of a little bit of ground clearance. So I thought the sharp lines really accented well with some of the lines on the front of the truck. So I thought these were a great looking fit for this truck, and I still do. But as far as how to get even more ground clearance, to get the step down when you need it and out of the way, obviously you know where we're going. We're going to the AMP Research Power Steps. Now, the reason why this is really timely and to bring these in now, almost 3 years later, is because they've come out with a new variant called the Smart Series. Smart Series have two big changes as far as I'm concerned. One is that they're app enabled, which I know my first take on that too is, geez, another app controlled item, right? But to their credit, if I want to, let's say, wash my truck, do I want to open my door to drop my steps so I can reach while I'm washing my truck? No. So for those few occasions, pulling out my app and dropping the steps, I could see that being worthwhile. But yeah, I agree. It's kind of it seems a little hokey on the surface, but those few times where it comes up, I'm glad I have the option, so I'll take it. The other thing that I'm actually more excited about is that they've updated the board, the shape, the design of it. The previous ones have kind of had a classic, almost in my term, kind of an older fashioned look. These seem much more modern, more rugged of kind of a shape. And as far as with the Trail Boss, I think that's exactly what I'm looking for. So similar to, like I said, these Westin variants, where it definitely seems a more kind of a rugged shape to them. And so that was a big selling point for me as well. I like the updated look. So let's get these off, and let's get the AMP Power Step Smart Series installed and kind of compare the install process. I know these two are in kind of different price points. I think that's a big factor too. And install ease and everything, but the one is definitely more feature rich than the other. So hopefully if these were a couple you were considering, I can help you make a more informed decision. So let's get into it. This is Truck Ownership 101. I'm Spencer Evelbach. Class is now in session. All right, before we get started, I just want to give a big shout out to our sponsor again, Real Truck. They're the ones making this possible. If you value having my opinion, having these two side by side, letting you know what I think of them, they're who's making this possible. So in the description of this video, the top comment, I'll have links to Real Truck. If you follow those, that will obviously help support them who's making this possible. It'll also give me a little bit of a kickback too. It won't change the price of anything. So if you value me, if you value my opinions, this video, if you found it helpful, that's the best way to say thank you. So thank you in advance for doing that. You know, Real Truck has been great to work with. They have guaranteed low prices. Anything over like $100 or something is free shipping and it's fast. So they've been great to work with. And like I said, it's almost 3 years now since I've been working with them and I've got zero complaints. So again, thank you Real Truck for making this video possible. Thank you guys for following those links and purchasing through that. I mean, I'm kind of at the halfway point pretty much. And then I wanted to kind of just show you while I've got both on the truck side by side basically, and kind of compare the two quick before we get into the finished product here. So like we said, we've been looking at this side. This is unchanged, haven't started it. Again, installation was really fast. With that third step option, there's an extra mounting that actually goes to the frame. That is a little bit of a job. Again, the video explains that, but an advantage of that is that this is a really solid step. When you go to stand on this, it feels really satisfying. So it's definitely got that going for it. But I took the other side off and it's all rusted underneath too. So again, for Minnesota, like I said, the stainless steel option was over $100 more, and I think it's just the steps, honestly. So not my, I probably wouldn't do it again, especially for the price point, and not even 3 years and I'm seeing all this issues already. But I think they look great, they function great. Like I said, I think it's just the salty roads here are killer, which I guess I don't know for sure if the amp ones and the powered steps are going to be any better, but so far, let's take a look at them and you can kind of see where we're going. So I'm in the process. I've obviously started the wiring because the other side is pretty much done, just some lighting to do, but the electrical was really easy. I mean, you're paying a premium for this amp stuff, but I mean, they give you all the wiring harnesses and everything is done for you, all the wires cut to length, and you know, I still got to trim my zip ties there, but yeah, ran it down there. And the finished product here is on there. Now actually, I decided to throw these on from a previous video. The weather was too cold to actually mount them for real, but these Bushwhacker little bottom guards here, and I'm really happy with that. I think it really complements the look. The color is an exact match. So the amp power steps on. Hey bud, can you open the door? Open your door. We can kind of see how these go. Yep, open that one. Whoa, is that cool? You like it? And there we go. So you can see the little wire dangling there, That's for the lighting I still have to do. And the lighting is going to mount onto that little strip there. I actually will have to drill a hole. And I figured now or never for these Bushwhackers. And I don't regret it. That color match is absolutely perfect. Like I said, I love that. The look of those and the feel of them. Okay, bud. You want to close your door? Close it good. You close it hard. There you go. No, all on its own. Is that cool? Why don't you show me that third step, bud? Yeah, you got your own way of opening that, don't you? Boop, there it goes. No, careful, mister. Good job, bud. But as far as the mechanical side of the install, these were a breeze. 2 bolts, and then a couple underneath for the board. This thing was a bugger. I spent more time messing with that, trying to get all the hardware and stuff inside that area. There's 3 anchor points to try to give it some rigidity. Getting your fingers into those tight places cost me a good one. So, but as far as functionality, how it works, this one is just straight, it's kind of got it wants to snap closed, it wants to snap open, kind of some kind of spring-loaded lobe system. But excuse me, bud. As far as how that feels when you stand on it, also, like I said, a little, not quite as solid as the other one, but again, it's only mounting in one place instead of attached to the whole run, but still pretty solid. It can hold up to 300 pounds, and for climbing up on here, getting this rack stuff. It feels great. I like the fact that I don't have to open a door because I don't want a door to get all that stuff opened up. As far as closing it with your foot, easy. Easy, right, bud? So the wiring on the driver's side, we pop this open. There's just a panel here that pops straight up, pops straight out here. Didn't go too well for me. That's actually broken plastic from it. And then the tab stayed behind, so I'll be able to pop that out, put it back on. But yeah, that was a casualty. But how the wiring went through is this is your scanner port, the OB2 port or something like that. But that's what's giving the signals. And that's coming from the wiring harness. And the Chevys have a nice little opening there. You just had to pop a small hole into that to get your wiring through. And as far as just splicing it, that was pretty straightforward. So yeah, the wiring, I'll have to do a little bit more for the two little lights there. One side done, one to go, a little bit of lighting, and we'll wrap this up. All right, decision time. If everything was off my truck and I had to spend my own hard-earned money on a setup, what would I run? I'd go with this one. I know it's probably double the price, and the Westins weren't cheap to start the doubling process, but especially being up here in Minnesota and seeing what happens after 3 years. If you're gonna buy premium stuff, I would expect it to last. So if I wasn't in Minnesota and I wasn't about the electrical, if I think that's kind of an undertaking I wouldn't want to do, I would 100% recommend those Westins. They're a great look. They were the most satisfying to step on as far as any kind of squish or stuff, especially on that third step. These are great on the main board, so I guess I'm not trying to sell those short, but again, as far as a complete thing, I'd give it to the Westins in a few area. But like I said, these are just feature rich. The look is amazing. I love the look when they're down with that new shape to the boards. Again, these are all aluminum, so I'm not worried about them rusting. Just that texture that they've got on them. And just like I said, it just modernizes it up so much. And then when you close it up, that maximum ground clearance look that you're getting, you just can't beat it. Again, those Bushwhacker kind of brush guards, they're fine. I think I would seek them out once I started seeing signs of rust. I think that would probably be my time to pony up and get them. But maybe this is gonna, maybe keep some of that salt off it and prevent that from happening. So being proactive on that process might be a better decision anyway. I don't think these two products were meant to be purchased at the same time. You can see that we've got a little bit of clearance stuff. Things are tight, but everything does fit. So you do have to close the doors a little harder. I'm kind of one for closing my doors as soft as possible, and I cringe whenever someone slams one of my doors. And you don't have to slam them with those Bushwhackers, but you do have to close it a little harder, so kind of my muscle memory has something to relearn. But again, those are a great product. I'll have that all linked in the description. Overall, why would somebody want to pick this setup over any other, especially that Smart Series? The Smart Series, I kind of rolled my eyes at the beginning of this video about why you would need something app controlled. But to be honest, I've actually had this for a few days now before I kind of did this wrap up portion of the video. And one of the things that I've noticed is that when the truck gets dirty and I just take it to an automatic car wash, with those running boards up, they don't get clean. And that's where you're stepping, where a lot of dirt and footprints and crap. So you just get out of a fresh car wash, the truck looks great. You pop open your door, put your foot down, it's all dirt and mud. It's kind of like, well, shoot. So I can actually go through a car wash, just press a button on the app. Those will fold down and stay down throughout the car wash. And then I can pop them back up. Or if I'm just washing it here by myself, I can pop them and I don't have to worry about cracking a door open and getting water on the inside while I'm washing them. So that alone has been cool. And the other really cool thing about these Smart Series is that they have an auxiliary item you can run off the same app. So let me show you. I did have this little module tucked away better under here, but I pulled it back out and you can kind of see my mess. But I wanted to show you, this is the brains of everything, tells things when to go and stuff. And they actually have an auxiliary wire coming out of here. And this positive run you could put towards what I kind of thought somebody might do is, let's say, like some auxiliary lights under these wheel wells, or maybe some big underglow here. I mean, these amp power steps already have the, you know, kind of the step puddle steps or whatever you want to call it for, right? You can kind of see that light there a little bit. So I guess I'm not talking about that, but you know, some actual underglow proper. Maybe some things that maybe aren't, you know, I don't think some of that underglow stuff is street legal in every state. So something you might use intermittently, and you don't want to run like wires into the cab, drilling holes, putting ugly aftermarket switches inside your truck and stuff. To be able to app control some of that stuff, and it's the same app you're using already, that would be pretty sweet. So I'm glad, since they've done all this technology for the app control, for AMP to think of that is just more icing on the cake. So let me know what you guys think. Like I said, these are two great options, kind of region specific in my mind, but the price points are a factor as well. So which one do you like better? Which one would you run? As far as difficulty on install, the instructions were great. I'll link some of those videos. Again, the wiring initially was super easy. Just using their harness, running it around, connecting connectors together, basically plugging things in. Once you get to the lighting, those little accent lights, you actually had to do some snipping, wire stripping, using a heat gun and stuff, drilling holes into your kind of that bottom little trim. You had to kind of drill a couple holes where there's some spot welds. So less than ideal just for that little kind of lighting, but I see why they did it. They're running electrical to those running boards anyway. It's so easy just to run, you know, add some lighting to it, but it did up the difficulty a little bit, and you're drilling holes into your truck, so less than ideal. But let me know what you guys think. Like and subscribe. And again, if any of this stuff, any of my videos have been helpful to you guys to make your decisions or help you install things, the best way to say thank you is follow the links, go to Real Truck. I'd really appreciate that. So take care, everybody. Until next time, class dismissed.